Hi, welcome to my channel, Zepbound and Down with Phillip. I started taking Zepbound. I took my third shot last night, so I've been on here for a couple weeks, and I just wanted to kind of update and share my thoughts. So far, everything's been going really well. The first week, I really started losing weight pretty fast. I lost like a pound a day up until going into the weekend, and I had kind of a little slide on the weekend. We went to the beach. I live in Florida, about 10 minutes from Disney World, so I may do some videos from Disney World, walking around, because that's how me and my wife get exercise sometimes. It's just going to Disney and walking around. But we went to the beach for a couple of days, so for like a weekend. So I had a few drinks. I ate healthier than I normally would have, and I really watched my portion size. And I still ended up losing weight for the week. I think for the first week I lost 3 pounds. So that was, very encouraging for the weekend that had where, I did watch what I ate, but I had, 3 or 4 beers, some wine, and, just some empty calories that I wasn't, I probably shouldn't have had to really make this work. I'm really serious about losing the weight, and one reason is I'm paying for the Zepbound myself. I'm not, it was prescribed for me, but my insurance doesn't cover me. So I got it from Lilly Direct, which they send you vials and syringes, and it's not the pen, so you have to actually do the pull it out of there and inject it into yourself. So it's a little different than the pen. I haven't really heard too many people on YouTube or anything talk about that. I was really nervous about that. I was wanting a pen because I thought it'd be so much easier just to click it, but it's really not that big a deal. I just, like I said, took my third shot, so I'm getting used to it. It's not freaking me out as much as it was, and it doesn't hurt at all. I was thinking it would be like painful, and but it's not. So anyway, I'm really serious about this because I'm paying for it. It's not insured, so it's coming directly out of my pocket. And if you get it from Lilly Direct, the 2.5 milligram is $349, I believe. And if you go up a dose to the 5 or 7.5 or whatever, it's $500 a month. So it's very expensive. So I want to maximize. So that's why I'm trying to limit my drinking and everything else, so I can have the maximum results and get the biggest bang for my buck. So the first week, like I said, really didn't have any issues. I had some mild stomach cramping on like the second night. Food noise is pretty much gone away the whole 3 weeks. I'm not sitting thinking about what I'm going to eat next. Usually I would come home from work or something and grab some cheese out of the refrigerator, or just something to tide me over till dinner. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't have really any cravings. It's pretty amazing, because I'd be driving home from work or whatever, and I'd be thinking about what am I going to eat when I get home, and it'd probably be an hour before dinner, and so I'd be wanting to grab a bag of chips or cheese, like I said, or just anything to munch on. So that has gone away entirely. I have so much more self-control. But like I said, I had some stomach cramps. Maybe I've had some fatigue, but nothing that's not manageable. But I think one reason I really haven't had very many symptoms, I could be wrong, but for me, I think this is what's working for me, is I really upped my water intake. I'm trying to drink at least 3 liters of water a day, which is, if you think about it, that is a lot, but it's not really hard to do. You can buy I buy these liter bottles of water, and just get 3 of those, drink those a day, 3 times a day, and your water intake's good. So that's, first week, like I said, I ended up losing like 3 pounds. Second week, took the injection, wasn't as nervous, or anything. Just did it on Monday night, last Monday night. Today is the 29th, I think, of July, 2025. And so I took it, no symptoms the next day, no food noise, just trying to eat sensibly. We grilled out steaks last Tuesday, like some New York strips, and they were thick, but they weren't very big. But I only ate about a third of my steak, and I ate a couple of small, very small boiled potatoes with it. And the rest of the week, I just, for my lunch, I cut up the remaining steaks into like little bite-sized pieces and put them in my lunch box and just ate. I got like 3 days of eating lunch off of one steak, which usually I would have devoured the whole steak the first night. So you really do get full quicker, and at least that's my experience. I get full quicker. I don't have to eat as much. I don't have the cravings, during the day. And it's easier to make healthier choices because you're not in such a rush to eat, I think, for me. I was always like grabbing the first thing I could see to do that. Now I can wait and prepare something, or, I get up earlier in the morning and try to fix something healthy for my lunch. And then, when we come home, we usually have some kind of protein in a salad or something fairly healthy. And I'm very, very happy so far. My only regret is I wish I'd done it sooner. The 2.5 milligrams seems to be working really well, so I'll probably continue that unless these next 2 weeks, if I start getting food noise again, I may, go ahead and go up, but I'm going to try to stay on the 2.5 as long as I can, because I don't think it's really necessary if you're not having the cravings and you're having results. My second week results, I weighed yesterday. I had lost 8.8 pounds total. So, 5 pounds. I think I probably would have lost at least 5 or 6 pounds the first week if I had been a little stricter and not had the alcoholic drinks on that weekend. So far I'm very happy. It's not, you are doing the work because you are eating less. I do walk a lot with my work, and like I said, me and my wife go to Disney a lot, and we do a lot of walking there. So, I average probably 12 to 15,000 steps a day, just about every day, unless I'm have an off day and I just want to rest that day, and then I'll be quite significantly less. But usually one of my off days we're in the parks, and a lot of times after work we'll go to the Disney park and walk around. And so I do get a lot of walking in, and like I said, the eating has been the biggest difference, not having the food noise. And so I'm really, really excited, to see the results that I've seen so far. It's a lot better than anything I've tried in the past, because usually you're depriving yourself of something. I've pretty much have eaten what I wanted. I'm not having cravings for like a McDonald's or anything like that. So whatever I fix, I fix and just eat a smaller portion than I normally would have, because you do get full quicker. And that's something you got to train yourself, I think, is kind of remind yourself, listen to yourself when you get full, and stop then. Try to leave some food on your plate, try to put a smaller portion on your plate, maybe use a smaller plate to make it look different. But you do get full quicker. You just got to, that's what I'm trying to do, is train myself. Like when I was younger, I'd always stop eating when I was full. And then I think as you get older and you're paying for your food yourself, you're thinking, I got to eat all this. I'm trying to retrain myself not to do that. So I think this is going to be a great tool for that, and a great tool to listen to my body, and tell me when full, when to eat, and what I'm craving. One side effect, besides what I mentioned before, is my sleep doesn't seem to be as good, and I've had some fatigue, but it's not really that bad either, so I can get up earlier. I guess maybe I do have some fatigue, but it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but I have energy as well. So, and I think as the weight continues to fall off, the energy will increase quite a bit. So, so far I'm really excited. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, as long as it's working. That's what I'm gonna stay on the 2.5. If you got any questions, I'd be glad to answer anything from my experience. And yeah, so keep doing what I'm doing. I'm really pleased so far. So please like and subscribe. I'm going to try to document this and help build a little community, some support. Because I know it's difficult when you're, to me, being overweight's been kind of an embarrassment. People think you're not disciplined and things like that. But from what I've read and learned recently is not everybody has the food noise that, some of us have. And this is really a great tool to quiet that down. And so, yeah, I want to get to be healthy, and not that I'm not healthy, but I just want to take off this extra weight and get healthier and be there for my family as long as I can and enjoy life. So please come along, like and subscribe, and let's build a community and let's share. And I would love to hear your stories, any questions that I can help with, please, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. But thank you, and we'll see you next week. Next week I'll start my last injection on the 2.5, so we'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know my progress. Like I said, I'm down 8.8 pounds, so that's, really fantastic for 2 weeks. That's almost 5 pounds a week. That's almost like 2 bags of sugar, so think about it that way. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.